with all of you today. Before we get rolling, just take a moment if we can and just think of our fellow New Brunswickers who are in Fort McMurray, Alberta today. There are 14,000 New Brunswickers there. And our thoughts and prayers are obviously with them and the families. We have a lot in common between Alberta and New Brunswick. The spirit of work and the spirit of entrepreneurship is just one of them. And obviously our thoughts and prayers are with them. I also want to just take a minute and just recognize a couple other people. Former Mayor Norm McFarland is here in the back corner, and you, sir, have been an enormous source of support and advice. Thank you for everything you've done for our city. I also want to mention just a couple of my fellow council members who are here today, and they're on the campaign trails right now, and it's wonderful to have served with them over the last number of years. Councillor David Merrithew and my brother Greg Nordringer, so thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. Merci à tous d'être venus. Many of you have traveled long distances. Thank you very much for giving up so much of your personal time to be here today. Thank you to the incredible campaign team that has made today possible. I want to thank, obviously, those of you who currently serve and have served representing the elected people of this great province. Many of you are here today and are incredible leaders. Thank you to the individuals that have so far put their names forward to lead our party. We are going to be stronger because of your commitment. Merci aux autres candidats pour votre énorme contribution à notre province. I want to thank the many New Brunswickers who have taken the time to reach out to me and urged me to seek the leadership of the Progressive Conservative Party of New Brunswick. That sort of expression is both very flattering and humbling, particularly given the challenges we face. And today, I want to speak as a New Brunswicker. I want to speak about the concerns I have heard from New Brunswickers. Désir d'être vous m'avait fait part de vos inquiétudes pour l'avenir de notre province. I've spoken with New Brunswickers from Shippagan to the Fundy Isles and from the Republic of Madawaska to the great city of Moncton. And New Brunswickers are very concerned about our province. The province that has given us so much and where it is headed. But before I speak of ideas and philosophy and vision, I'd like to share a story, and it's a story about believing what could be, should be. In December 1903, along the dunes of the Outer Banks in North Carolina, the Wright brothers achieved the first sustained flight from level ground. That moment represented a beginning for aviation and represented a dream realized for Orville and Wilbur Wright. Many people before the Wright brothers had abandoned the idea of flying to the world of fantasy. But they didn't. They seized on the idea of potential reality. They believed they could fly, but more importantly, they believed they should fly. And in New Brunswick, ladies and gentlemen, we have a destiny, we have a birthright that has been given to all New Brunswickers. And I recall from my earliest childhood memories being on the beautiful island of Braminan, playing on the sun-drenched beaches of that island. And I recall riding a bicycle along Eagles Head Road next to the ocean, and I remember picking potatoes in the fields of Aroostook County, Maine, just across the border from Perth Andover. And I recall visiting and then moving to the city, and I recall countless star-filled evenings along the St. John River at our family cottage. And these memories, these experiences that every New Brunswicker has, had a beginning. It's a beginning that stretches back to our First Nations, to the Maliseet, Micmac, and Passamaquoddy. Notre histoire inclut aussi les découvertes de notre province par Jacques Cartier et Samuel de Champlain. Notre histoire est aussi celle des descendants des premiers habitants français et de grands dérangements. C'est l'endroit qui inspire l'indépendance et l'entrepreneurship qui l'on retrouve chez la brillante de Madawaska et l'Acadien de la péninsule acadienne. It's a story of loyalist refugees and Irish immigrants and Syrian newcomers. And New Brunswick is a place that for over 200 years and for millions of people has represented hope, resilience, and fortitude, and most importantly, unity. It is no accident that we were one of the 4 founding Canadian provinces. It's no mistake that despite deportations and cold winters and great fires, New Brunswickers have forged ahead. Our ancestors forged ahead because they remained united. Together, we became the only bilingual province in Canada. Nous sommes devenus ensemble la seule province bilingue au pays. Together, we have built great universities and colleges. Together, we've built farming towns and fishing villages and cityscapes. We've cut logging roads and followed dirt roads and paved highways. We've often noted that our provincial motto is Spem Reduxit, hope restored. But to be candid, I can't remember a time when the people of this province had less hope. These are hardworking people, committed, open, and optimistic people, but they are losing hope. The most vulnerable of our people don't see the opportunity to escape poverty. Our young people increasingly look outside our province for work. Nos jeunes doivent quitter la province pour le trouver du travail. I believe New Brunswickers are realists about the challenges we face. We know we're going to have to work hard and stay united if we're going to succeed. I think we all understand, and New Brunswickers believe, that the status quo isn't working. There's a real understanding, perhaps the greatest commitment I have seen amongst the people of New Brunswick, that we need to get things right. New Brunswickers understand that it's time for new and inspired leadership. It's time to empower our communities. It's time to empower our educators. It's time to empower our healthcare professionals. It's time to empower our economic development agencies. It's time for politicians to get out of the way, and it's time to set a course and empower New Brunswickers to make our province the success it should be. It's time for New Brunswickers to be first for a change, not last or second to last in both health or education indicators. It can be done. It should be done, and it can be done because we believe in ourselves. We are committed to our families, we are committed to our communities, and we are prepared to do what needs to be done. It's the exact same spirit I saw in St. John that encouraged and inspired me to run for mayor. And with a strong team focused on results, we were able to tackle long-standing issues and solve them together. What New Brunswickers are looking for is a government that shares our vision, our focus, our sense of purpose. New Brunswickers want a government that leads in purpose and in unity. It's time for New Brunswickers to stand up for New Brunswick. Since the last election, New Brunswickers have been increasingly doubting whether our present government is on the best course for the future. Our leaders do not have a clear sense of vision, and without having leadership with a clear sense of vision, we are going to simply continue to mark time, to miss opportunities, and to waste potential. We need leadership which is interested not in holding the key to power, but in results and leadership. Les Néo-Brunswickois veulent un vrai leader comme Premier ministre. Un Premier ministre qui travaille fort pour tous et chacun notre nous. Today, I announce I am seeking the leadership of the Progressive Conservative Party of New Brunswick. Security's going to have to escort this front row out of there. I want to lead our province and I want to work hard at restoring hope and faith in our great province. Aujourd'hui, j'annonce que je vais être votre Premier ministre. Je serai donc candidat à la direction du Parti progressiste conservateur. I'm asking all New Brunswickers of every political stripe and persuasion to join me in standing up for New Brunswick. And today I want to take a moment and speak about two key themes for our province. First, the economy. We have been focused on building our province's economy, and we have to do better. We have to focus on building it every day. If we are serious about tackling poverty, if we want to properly fund education for our children, if we are committed to quality and accessible health care, we have to recognize that all those things are only possible when we have a strong economy. That means focus. That means working every day to support those who are looking to further their education or looking to start, expand, or maintain a business in a competitive economy. We need a government that stands up for every sector of our economy when it's challenged, whether it be an emerging one or a traditional one. We need to be proud of our natural resources and our natural resources industries. We need to be proud of farming and forestry and fishing, of tourism from the Great Bay of Fundy to the Acadian coast to the Bay of Chaleur. We need a government with energy, a government with a sense of urgency about this province and its opportunities. And secondly, we need unity. Right now, many of our greatest opportunities are being portrayed as our challenges. We must leverage our strengths and opportunities instead of allowing them to defeat us. New Brunswickers are a diverse people. We have diverse backgrounds. Some of us were born here, some come from away, some speak French at home, some speak English, some speak both, some speak neither. Some of us live in the cities, some of us live in the rural areas, but we are one people living in one province. And it is time for us to come together with one voice, one vision, and one goal. And that goal, ladies and gentlemen, is to make New Brunswick a leading province as it was always intended to be. It's time for us to understand that some of our values in New Brunswick are universal. Bilingualism, our constitutional commitments to the people of New Brunswick, and staunch support for our two official languages is one of them. Je crois fermement au bilinguisme et appuie les lois sur la langue officielle de notre province. Now, if we're committed to focus on what unites us, our common goals for a safe, prosperous, clean, tolerant province, we're going to have to resist attempts to divide us. We're going to have to stay focused on results. We're going to need to demonstrate we're interested in being an effective government which acts in the common interest, not just the narrow partisan interests of one party or one region or one group. And that means greater respect for democracy. It means understanding that we may always agree, but not letting our disagreements sabotage us from achieving our shared goals. I think the Progressive Conservative Party holds a strong base of support amongst many New Brunswickers. You can see that in the experienced team that's in the New Brunswick legislature. But this exercise cannot simply be about returning the Progressive Conservative Party to power. It has to be first and foremost about restoring hope to all New Brunswickers. And secondly about building a successful government. That means bringing into the party people who share our vision for a strong, prosperous, open, bold, and united province. What we do in this leadership race needs to model the values we bring to the province of New Brunswick as a government. That is exactly what I hope this campaign will demonstrate. A team with a clear sense of vision, focused on results, and providing leadership which unites New Brunswickers to form a government for the benefit of all New Brunswickers. I'm proud of my province, and I believe in the people who, like me, call it home. It's time to empower the great people of this great province. It's time to take pride in our place, our people, our history. It's time to recognize that we can, should, and must be united. C'est le temps de reconnaître que nous pouvons demeurer unis. C'est le temps de fier de qui nous sommes, de notre histoire et de nos communautés. It's time to agree that we can, should, and must have a strong economy in every sector. It's time for us to get to work, and we are going to start today. In this room today, we have people from across New Brunswick. We have anglophones and francophones. Il y a des gens ici du nord et du sud de la province. We have people from urban and rural New Brunswick. And today we have a chance to demonstrate unity. It's time for a government that walks the walk, gets it right, and isn't afraid to lead and works every day for all of us. This is the government I want to lead, with a strong and dedicated team of MLAs and with your support. In closing, I humbly ask for your support on October 22nd. Je vous demande respectueusement pour votre appui le 22 octobre prochain. Before you leave this room today, take a moment and remind one another of what we have in common. Our love and commitment to building a better New Brunswick for our children and our grandchildren. Let's get to work together. Merci. Thank you.